guys, Dan the Tourist Man with CBReptile.com, your home for captive bred reptiles and reptile accessories. And this over here is one of our baby Blue Tongue Skinks. This is a northern Blue Tongue Skink, and this means that it's going to be coming from down under. It's going to be coming from Australia. Let's get into a little bit of the basics about our friend, the Blue Tongue Skink. These guys are going to live a long and happy life in captivity of 15 to 20 years, and over that time, they can get to sizes of 18 to 24 inches long. So this is a northern Blue Tongue Skink, and that means it comes from Australia. But of course, all Blue Tongue Skinks are going to have their namesake, their blue tongue. This is something that they protrude from their mouth to get a feel of their environment, as well as to ward off predators by protruding it even farther out of their mouth, like a heart shape. So if I can take your direction a little bit off to the side, right over here we have one of our 20-gallon terrariums. This is going to be the long style. That way, we're not going to lose any type of dimension on the height. We're going to focus a lot on the surface area and the floor of our terrarium because these guys love to climb around a little bit, but for the most part, they're going to enjoy digging a little bit. For these guys to dig a little bit, what we're going to need to do is create a little bit of substrate on the bottom of our terrarium. That substrate is going to be a mix of our eco-earth, which looks a little bit something like this when it comes in. This is going to be cocoa fiber, so what you want to do is follow the instructions on the package to soak it in water, and it will reveal that it's very densely compact. So you're going to get a lot of eco-earth out of one brick. We also recommend mixing that with forest floor, which is a bit of cypress mulch. That cypress mulch is going to add to a little bit of the texture, so it's not going to be all cocoa fiber. And what we're going to do is allow that to go all the way down to the bottom of our terrarium to simulate the actual natural environment that they might see. And then we have a little bit of the substrate down. That's going to help a little bit with the humidity, especially because our eco-earth is going to be hydrated. So that humidity is going to be affected also by the ambient temperature, as well as something that we like to add, which is going to be some Terraria Moss. This is going to be hydrated and then put strategically around the backside of your terrarium to give a little bit more color to the browns and the grays that we have sitting around here, but it's also going to increase the humidity of your terrarium. These guys are going to need about 25 to 40% humidity, which isn't terrible. It's very, very manageable, especially when we are adding the Terraria Moss. But a lot of people opt in on spraying down their terrarium once a day to create that humidity. Now, how we're going to keep track of that humidity is going to be using one of our temperature and humidity gauges, and that's going to be great for holding on to the ambient temperature of your terrarium as well. So putting that strategically in your terrarium to house the cooler side of your terrarium will be really, really easy on making sure that your terrarium stays up to temperature, because they're going to need temperatures of mid-60s to low 80s for their ambient temperature of their terrarium. So if you're looking to have it go a little bit lower overnight, don't let it go anywhere lower than 70 degrees or it can be bad for you. So that's a sweet spot. We want to keep it. Towards the hotter end, we're going to have one side, say this side, going to be the colder end, so that towards that mid-70s side. And then over here on the far end, what we're going to do is make that a little bit of a hot side. So with that hot side, we have a few fixtures, including this ceramic heat emitter. These are going to be great for making sure that the heat and the temperature gets up a little bit higher on that end. These are cold-blooded creatures, so they're going to want to be able to choose a bunch of different environments for them to regulate that temperature. Also, there is a heating mat. This can assist with keeping up the temperature. Sometimes only one of these two are necessary, but we recommend getting both just in case you need to have a little bit more control over that temperature. They will help out greatly with that. Along with the heating, we're going to talk a little bit about the lighting. So over here we have one of our UVB hood lamps. These hood lamps are going to be awesome for providing a wide spectrum of UVB. So it can go all the way across the long tank. Okay guys, so now that we have the substrate, the terrarium all set up, we have the heating fixtures and lighting fixtures, and we can keep track of that with our temperature humidity gauge, let's talk a little bit about the feeding, including water. Water is going to be really, really important to the northern Blue Tongue Skink because they love their water. They spend a lot of time drinking, which is abnormal for your average lizard, but these guys are going to be a little bit more advantageous towards water. So these guys are going to spend a lot of time in that water, meaning that they have a higher chance of defecating inside that water too. So make sure you're changing that water as often as possible, at least once a day. We're also going to be worrying about the cocoa that comes in the substrate, so that could also be knocked over into the water bowl and can cause a little bit of contamination, so make sure that's cleaned up. Alright guys, so let's talk a little bit about the feeding. So feeding can be a very, very amazing experience for you and your reptile. However, for the Blue Tongue Skink, this can be even more amazing because these guys are omnivores. They eat a wide variety of vegetables. just like our dandelion and our collard greens, these guys are also going to be eating veggies like squash, fruits like strawberries and bananas. These guys, just like a lot of reptiles, are going to love their mealworms and going to love their crickets, but other meat sources for them are going to include shrimp, cooked chicken. They're going to enjoy a hard-boiled egg or even scrambled eggs. So these guys have a very, very wide variety of options for you to choose from. Thank you so much for joining us here, guys. I really appreciate it. If you learned anything or you liked the video, please hit us with a thumbs up. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring the bell icon if you want to stay updated on everything CBReptile.com. This is Dan Tortsman signing out, and thank you guys for watching. Have a great one from everybody here at CBReptile.com.